Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome aboard the Christmas Airlines. We are headed off to learn about Christmas around the world. We're going to be studying about 10 countries, learning about the different traditions and things they do at Christmas time. Our first destination is Australia. Now, you need to have with you your scrapbook that says Christmas Around the World, your scrapbook, and open to the first page, which is about Australia. We're going to talk through some of the things that they do here in Australia during Christmas time. So you need to fill out what it says for traditions after you learn it in this video. You'll need to cut out the picture that goes with Australia and glue it in the spot that says photo. And then after we learn about the flag, you'll need to color in the colors of the Australian flag. All right, we are approaching Sydney, Australia. Look at the amazing views of the water and the land of Australia as we fly into Sydney. We're almost there, so I hope you have your sunscreen and sunglasses because just like here, it's nice and sunny even at Christmas time. Here's our passport. Now, normally passports don't work like this, and you each have your own. But since this is our special Christmas Airlines, we all together, as Miss Ashley's class, have our passports. As we land here in Australia, we're getting our stamp for Australia. All right, let's talk about where in the world are we with Australia. You can see there that we have the continent of Australia. You are here. So you just landed in Sydney, Australia. But where is this in the world? Look at your map that's it's right on the back of the cover of your Christmas scrapbook. It looks like this. Our world. For each continent that we visit, we're going to put a star over that continent, over that location, so that you can mark your trip around the world. Since we're starting in Australia, watch the blue star. There we are. That's the continent of Australia, right below the Pacific Ocean, next to the Indian Ocean, above Antarctica, and below Asia. Australia is sometimes known as the island continent. It is surrounded by the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. Most of the major cities are found along the coast, which is near the beach. Why do you think that is? Well, we're going to talk a little bit about part of the reason. Part of the reason is because that was the easiest place for people to settle when they first came to the continent, because that's where ships would end up before planes were invented. But also in the middle of Australia is a huge desert, so not too many people will live there. Look at the Australian flag. We have some red crosses up in the top corner with white stars. So when you're coloring the flag, this is what it should look like. When you want to color the flag, feel free to come back to the video and pause it right here so you have the flag to look at while you color. Here is Sydney, Australia, where we're starting our trip. Happy Christmas! This is how people in Australia say Merry Christmas. People in Australia speak English. We are in Sydney, Australia right now in front of the world famous Opera House. It is summer here during the Christmas season. So while it's Christmas time, because this is in, in the southern hemisphere of the world, it is nice and hot. It is like summertime during Christmas. So it is summer. That's something that you need to put in your scrapbook, that it is summer during Christmas time. Here we have the desert that I just told you about. The Outback is the desert area in the interior of Australia. So that means in the middle, on the inside. It covers most of Australia and is home to animals like dingoes and kangaroos. A dingo is very much like a coyote. So dingoes and kangaroos live in the Australian outback. It's a very interesting place. And that's part of the reason why there are not too many big cities there, because it's not a good place for water or things like that. So it's mostly just a lot of wild animals. Let's talk about how people in Australia decorate for Christmas. People decorate houses with bunches of Christmas bush. It has green leaves and white flowers that turn red. Some people put up Christmas trees and hang evergreen or ferns and palm leaves. So just like we do with Christmas trees and then putting the green stuff, that would be evergreen, ferns, palm leaves that they put around. Where it says Christmas bush that has green leaves and white flowers that turn red, you can see that it's bold and underlined. That means that this is something that you need to fill in the blanks of your Christmas scrapbook. You can pause your video at any time so that you can write things in your scrapbook. Some of the traditions of Australia are for people to sing carols by candlelight. Carols are Christmas songs. So people gather together outside with candles to sing Christmas carols. This is popular in many places and it's a really fun thing to do. Just like we do sometimes in the airport, we go and sing Christmas carols. They take their candles outside, probably when it's night, very pretty. The sun's gone down, so it's a little cooler, but not cold because remember, it's still summer over there. When Santa comes to Australia, he gives the reindeer a rest and uses kangaroos instead. That's what the people there believe. So that's a kangaroo, that animal right there you see the picture of holding the Christmas present. So it's a tradition in Australia that they say Santa uses kangaroos when he comes to Australia to deliver presents. Many people go to the beach on Christmas Day. They gather with family and enjoy the nice weather. There you see a snowman made out of sand, so he's really a sandman. It's a very common thing for them to go to the beach. That's something that you do here, right? You go to the beach around Christmas Day or sometimes for New Year's, you go to the beach. So because it's such nice summer weather, they go to the beach with their family, with their friends, and they enjoy the beautiful weather there. On your scrapbook page, it says, look what I found at the beach. So there you can draw a picture of a nice, pretty shell, whatever you might think of. Draw a picture of a nice shell that you might find if you were to go to the beach in Australia for Christmas Day. Let's talk about the names for Santa Claus. We're going to be studying with the many different countries that we study. So each country has its name that they call Santa Claus. Well, in Australia, they speak English. Now, this paper in your packet is in the very end of your scrapbook. So turn to the last page before the green back cover, the last page, and you're going to write in the box for Australia, which is down in the lower corner, the name of Santa Claus for Australia. Like I said, they speak English there. So what do you think they would call Santa Claus in Australia? Well, it's the same as other countries that speak English. They call him Santa Claus. You can go ahead and fill in Santa Claus. All right, so to finish up your work for today, you need to start coloring. You can start coloring this page. You need to color your page for Australia. Make sure that you cut out the photo of the Sydney Opera House in Australia and put that on the photo page. You also need to finish coloring in the flag for Australia. Make sure you've filled in all the blanks and you've drawn your shell. On the back of your page for Australia, you have a reading comprehension. You need to read what it says about Christmas in Australia and answer the 3 questions down below. That's all that you have for today, so enjoy your time. Have a wonderful day. I love you very much. Merry Christmas. Bye.